Have you ever felt a sudden wave of emotion that wasn't yours, heard their voice in your mind when they were far away, or sensed their presence without a single message being exchanged? If you're on the twin flame journey, you may be wrestling with one haunting question. How can we still feel each other so deeply, even in silence or separation? In the whirlwind of confusion and longing, many twin flames find themselves yearning for answers that go beyond logic and spoken words. There's a kind of connection that whispers through the soul, one that most can't explain, but deeply feel. Could it be something more than intuition, something sacred? In today's video, we dive into the profound and mystical realm of twin flame telepathy, a soul-to-soul communication that defies time, space, and rationality. You'll uncover the true essence of this phenomenon, not just thought transmission, but a beautiful, unspoken language of energy, emotion, and frequency shared between mirror souls. We'll explore how this telepathic bond becomes a lifeline during separation, a compass during confusion, and a bridge toward healing and reunion. You'll learn how this connection evolves across lifetimes, guiding both souls through each stage of the sacred twin flame path. By the end of this video, you won't just understand what twin flame telepathy is, you'll begin to recognize its signs in your own journey. You'll start to trust the silent knowing, the intuitive nudges, and the emotional waves that visit you out of nowhere. Let the language of the soul speak to you. Let it guide you home. Beyond words, the essence of twin flame telepathy. Have you ever felt an invisible tug at your soul, an unspoken knowing that someone out there feels you, hears you, and understands you without a single word being exchanged? This isn't a fantasy. It's the reality of twin flame telepathy, a sacred communication that transcends language, space, and time. It is not a mind trick, nor a coincidence. It is the soul's whisper, a pulse of divine intelligence shared between two beings destined to awaken, reflect, and transform one another. Long before two twin flames ever meet in the physical world, their souls already recognize each other. This recognition triggers a silent exchange that moves beyond logic, a sensation of being guided by an invisible thread. You may experience it in dreams, where you see their eyes before ever knowing their face. You may feel it in sudden bursts of clarity, where you just know something about them without explanation. You may sense their emotions across great distances, as if they were your own. These are not random occurrences, they are signs of a powerful energetic tether, drawing you both closer to your divine path. This telepathic connection is not merely about communication, it is a lifeline. It pulls the twin flames through cycles of awakening, separation, and reunion. It's what keeps them aligned even when life tries to tear them apart. It gently pushes them through shadows they tried to avoid, only to lead them back to their highest light. It nudges them to grow, to evolve, to expand spiritually, and to remember who they truly are, not just as individuals, but as divine reflections of each other. More than anything, twin flame telepathy becomes a sacred mirror. It reflects what is wounded and what is divine. It reveals the silent cries of the soul and the highest intentions of the heart. It initiates healing not through words, but through energy. It brings understanding not through conversations, but through resonance. And in moments of stillness, it becomes the voice of the universe saying, "You are not alone. You are being guided. You are being loved." In the end, this form of connection is not just about love, it's about transformation. It is the universe's way of awakening two souls to their divine purpose through one another. Twin flame telepathy is not a concept. It is a living, breathing experience that changes everything it touches. It speaks the soul's truth, echoes across lifetimes, and reminds you that real love doesn't need words to be heard. The honeymoon phase, where telepathy awakens. There is a moment just after twin flames reunite when the world seems to pause and the universe holds its breath. This is the honeymoon phase, a sacred window of time where everything feels divinely aligned, emotions run high, hearts expand, and telepathy between the souls comes alive like a symphony long rehearsed across lifetimes. It's not just a connection, it's a full-body remembering. Their thoughts intertwine with ease, their laughter echoes in unison, and their emotions ripple through each other as if they share one nervous system. The love feels effortless, The energy is electric. The union feels predestined, and in many ways, it is. During this phase, the veil between them thins. They finish each other's sentences. They dream of one another vividly. One feels the other's emotions before words are spoken. A simple glance can carry volumes of meaning. It's not just romance, it's resonance. It's two souls singing the same song in perfect pitch. Many describe this time as otherworldly, magical, even surreal, because the telepathic flow is so fluid and natural that it feels like a return to something ancient and eternal. But just as the sun sets after its golden peak, this phase often begins to fade. Not because the love weakens, and not because the telepathic bond is lost, but because the journey is only beginning. The universe, in its wisdom, uses this euphoria to awaken both twins, to open their hearts wide enough to begin the deeper work. It's as if the soul says, now that you remember love, let's remember truth. And truth is not always easy. The fading bliss marks a shift from effortless harmony to conscious growth. It's not a punishment, it's an invitation. This turning point brings shadows to the surface, old wounds, fears, insecurities, karmic patterns that must be healed. The silence between them may grow, not as a sign of loss, but as a sacred space for reflection. The bond is still there, stronger than ever, but it now serves a higher purpose, to catalyze healing, transformation, and soul evolution. The telepathic connection becomes less about comfort and more about guidance. It pushes each twin inward, where true union must begin. So, while the honeymoon phase may be brief, its purpose is eternal. It's not the end of magic. It's the ignition of alchemy. The love they felt so deeply was never meant to be a destination. It was the key to a door that leads inward. What awaits beyond is not just a relationship, but a rebirth. And the telepathy that once felt like sweet music, it now becomes the compass for navigating the sacred storm of becoming whole. As we begin to move beyond the sweetness of the honeymoon phase, it's important to remember that what comes next is not a loss, but a deepening. The magic doesn't disappear. It evolves into something far more powerful. Have you ever experienced this kind of soul-deep telepathic connection with someone where the silence between you spoke louder than words? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your experience in the comments or simply type, "Our souls remember even when we forget," to affirm the silent wisdom of your journey. And if this resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. It helps us continue to share messages for kindred souls like you. Sign 1. The awakening of first form telepathy. Have you ever stood so close to someone that words became unnecessary, that your very breath seemed to echo their thoughts? When twin flames find themselves in each other's physical presence, something beyond the ordinary awakens. This is first form telepathy, an electric, living pulse that transcends sound, logic, and spoken language. It is not just intuition, it's an energetic remembrance between two souls who've been seeking each other across lifetimes. In those sacred moments, their connection deepens into something visceral. They don't need to explain, translate, or even think twice. One look, one breath, one subtle shift, and they already know. Thoughts become vibrations, emotions become waves that ripple across their shared field. She may feel his anxiety before he speaks a word. He may sense her joy without seeing her smile. It's as though they've merged into one frequency, resonating in perfect harmony. There are no barriers here. Even physical sensations can be transferred across their energy fields. A pain in one may echo softly in the other. A feeling of peace in one heart may calm the storm in the other's mind. This is the silent song of two souls who are no longer separated by the veil of individuality. They are in communion. When twin flames are near, their auras begin to blend, creating a magnetic field of love so palpable it feels like standing inside a shared heartbeat. Time slows, breath deepens. Every glance, every gesture carries the weight of an entire conversation. Their nervous systems begin to mirror each other, calming or exciting in unison. The space around them becomes charged, sacred, alive. To witness this is to glimpse the divine blueprint of connection. To experience it is to touch the mirror of your own soul in another body. It is raw, overwhelming, and yet deeply peaceful. First form telepathy is not just a sign, it is a spiritual signal, confirming that the journey toward union has begun. And once it's felt, there is no unknowing it. The soul remembers, the heart listens, and the body, the energy, the breath, they all begin to speak the same language, love without words. Sign 2. Instantaneous telepathy, when souls remember. There are moments in life that shift your entire sense of reality, moments so profound that time bends, space dissolves, and something deep within you awakens. When twin flames meet for the very first time in the physical world, instantaneous telepathy ignites with the force of a soulquake. It doesn't creep in gently. It strikes like lightning, sudden, electrifying, and utterly undeniable. The moment their eyes meet, something ancient stirs. In a single breath, thoughts begin to merge, emotions rise like tidal waves, and memories, some familiar, some foreign, begin to surface. They may feel overwhelmed by a rush of impressions, as if lifetimes of conversations, dreams, and soul contracts are being downloaded into their consciousness in that very instant. It's disorienting, beautiful, and profoundly intimate. What makes this connection so powerful is the sense of déjà vu that comes with it. Both souls recognize each other beyond their names, appearances, or stories. It's as if they're not meeting for the first time, but rather remembering a reunion long prophesied by the stars. The feeling is not rooted in fantasy. It is the soul reawakening to truth, and the heart bearing witness to something eternal. You may hear them say, "I feel like I've known you forever," or "There's something about you I can't explain." That's not coincidence, it's the ancient bond speaking through the body. The shared energy field between twin flames becomes supercharged at this first meeting, creating a psychic bridge that allows an instantaneous exchange of unspoken knowing. Words feel redundant, logic fades. What remains is energy raw, clear, and sacred. This is not imagined. It's not a fleeting crush or romantic daydream. It is the energetic blueprint coming alive. It is the moment the sacred contract, written long before this lifetime, begins to unfold in real time. And while the human mind may scramble to make sense of what's happening, the soul simply smiles because it remembers. In that brief yet infinite moment, twin flames are reminded of who they are to each other. The illusions of separation dissolve, and all that remains is recognition. It is not love at first sight, it is recognition at soul level, and it leaves both forever changed. Sign 3. Body telepathy, when the body becomes the messenger. There are connections that reach the mind, others that touch the heart, but a twin flame connection speaks even louder through the body. Body telepathy is one of the most mystifying and tangible signs of a bond that defies space and logic. It's when your body begins to whisper the truth your soul already knows by echoing the sensations of another soul across space and time. Long before words are exchanged, long before full awareness sets in, the twin flame body begins to communicate. One twin may suddenly feel a sharp ache in the chest, only to learn later that the other was experiencing emotional grief. Another might wake up buzzing with joy or panic, only to discover that their counterpart was moving through a life-altering event. These are not random symptoms. These are not mere empathic waves. They are energetic imprints shared through a sacred, unseen thread. This telepathy manifests in the most intimate way through the nervous system, through the muscles, through breath. You may feel sudden fatigue or bursts of energy that make no sense to your current environment. A sense of restlessness, warmth in the heart, tingling in the spine, or even shared cravings can all be signs that your twin is reaching you not with intention, but simply by being energetically entangled with you. After physical union, this form of telepathy intensifies. Their chakras begin to align, their bodies respond in sync, and a new level of unspoken communication is unlocked. Twin flames can sense when the other is aroused, hurting, at peace, or needing grounding, all without a single word. It is as though the body becomes a sacred conduit for soul-level messages. Every sensation carries meaning. Every heartbeat becomes a response. But what is truly awe-inspiring is that in rare, profound cases, this body telepathy begins long before the twins ever meet. There are stories of children experiencing mysterious pain, emotional surges, or phantom illnesses that mirror the physical or emotional states of their yet unknown twin. Imagine two souls, born in different towns, countries, or even decades, already communicating through the body, as if the soul remembers what the conscious mind has yet to discover. This level of connection is not something the rational world can explain. It's a silent, sacred conversation of the flesh and the spirit. It is the embodiment of soul union, proof that love, real, divine, eternal love, can be felt in the bones, in the heartbeat, and in the breath. So if your body ever reacts without a cause, pause, feel, listen. It might not be yours alone, it might be the echo of your twin, reaching across the invisible bridge to let you know, I'm here, I feel you, we are one. If you've made it this far, your soul is likely whispering that this message was meant for you. These signs aren't just spiritual concepts, they're lived experiences, often felt in silence and solitude. But you are not alone. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever felt someone else's emotions in your body? Have you sensed a presence before the mind could explain it? We would love to hear your story. Whether it's a moment, a memory, or simply a feeling, share it in the comments. Your voice could be the mirror someone else needs. Or, if you're still finding the words, just type, "My soul remembers." Let that be your affirmation today, a quiet yet powerful declaration that you are part of something sacred, something real, something eternal. Sign 4. Childhood telepathy, the silent echoes of a distant soul. Have you ever wondered why, as children, we sometimes feel things we cannot explain, emotions that don't belong to us, dreams filled with strangers that feel achingly familiar, or sudden aches that no doctor can diagnose? For twin flames, this mystery begins long before they ever meet in the physical world. Even in the innocence of childhood, the soul remembers. It whispers, it reaches. Long before they cross paths, twin flames are already bound by an invisible thread. Though they may be born oceans apart, their souls are not separate. Children destined for this sacred union often experience unexplainable emotional shifts or vivid symbolic dreams that mirror what their twin is feeling somewhere else in the world. A sudden wave of sadness, a joyful burst of laughter out of nowhere, a sharp pain with no physical cause. These are not random, they are the soul's early signals, tuning in to its mirror. This phenomenon is what we call childhood telepathy, an ethereal connection that defies logic and bypasses time. It is the universe softly tapping on the shoulder of a young heart, saying, "There is someone out there, and your souls already speak the same language." While the adults around may dismiss these moments as imagination or mood swings, something profound is happening beneath the surface. The inner world of the child is already being shaped by the presence of their twin. These early signs are often misunderstood, even feared, by caregivers and physicians. But for those walking the twin flame path, they are sacred imprints, breadcrumbs from the universe marking the journey home. The soul doesn't wait for age or reason to begin its connection. It begins in silence, through dreams, emotions, and sensations that awaken a knowing far beyond words. As these childhood experiences unfold, they form an emotional and spiritual landscape that quietly prepares both souls for the reunion to come. They carry within them the codes of recognition, the sense of déjà vu, the magnetic pull, the overwhelming familiarity when twin flames finally meet. What began as invisible ripples in early life becomes the tidal wave of reunion later on. Childhood telepathy is not an accident. It's a divine preparation, a soul calling out and another soul answering, across space and time. These are the whispers of a love that never needed words to begin and never will. Sign 5. Intuitive telepathy, the silent knowing between souls. There's a kind of knowing that cannot be taught, spoken, or proven, a whisper that comes not from the mind, but from the soul. In the world of twin flames, this sacred phenomenon is known as intuitive telepathy, an invisible thread of awareness that binds two hearts across time and distance. Unlike dramatic psychic visions or spoken words that echo in your mind, intuitive telepathy is subtle. It doesn't shout, it simply knows. You might be going about your day when suddenly a wave of emotion crashes over you, sadness, joy, fear that isn't yours. You check your phone, and there it is. Your twin is hurting, missing you, or silently calling for your energy. Without a message, without a voice, you just feel them, deeply, instantly. This telepathy isn't forced. It's not a technique you master or a skill you train. It lives in the stillness, in the quiet between heartbeats. It is the reason you suddenly glance at the clock at 11:11, thinking of them. It's the pull to reach out, the sense that they need your presence even when no words are exchanged. It is the spiritual pulse of the bond, a gentle hum in your chest that never fully fades, no matter how far apart you are. And this kind of telepathy doesn't need proof. You don't question it. You don't wonder why you feel what you feel, you just know it's real. You know it's them, because intuitive telepathy aligns both twin flames on the same energetic frequency, like two tuning forks resonating with the same sacred pitch. It's beyond logic. It's the language of the soul speaking in sensations, instincts, and flashes of knowing. This sacred form of communication is a constant reminder. Even when the world is silent, your twin hears you. Even when miles separate you, they are with you. Intuitive telepathy is the proof that your hearts are not just connected, they are harmonized. And through it, you are reminded that love doesn't always speak. Sometimes, it simply listens and feels everything. Imagine a woman sitting alone in her kitchen late at night, sipping tea, the world around her quiet. Suddenly, without warning, her chest tightens and tears rise to her eyes, yet nothing has happened to her directly. She places a hand over her heart, sensing a heaviness that doesn't belong to her. Without hesitation, she texts her twin flame, who lives thousands of miles away. Moments later, a reply comes. "How did you know? I was just crying. I didn't want to bother you." This is intuitive telepathy in motion, not dramatic or mystical, but profoundly human and sacred. It's the soul's way of reaching across the invisible veil, whispering, "I feel you," even when you say nothing. In that moment, love becomes presence. Distance becomes irrelevant. And two souls, no matter how far apart, breathe in sync once more. Sign 6. Synchronistic telepathy. When the universe speaks for you. Have you ever felt as if someone, somewhere, was living your life in parallel, making the same decisions, facing the same challenges, or receiving the same mysterious signs from the universe at the exact same moment? For twin flames, this is not just a strange coincidence. It is a sacred phenomenon known as synchronistic telepathy, a divine signal that their souls are moving in harmony, even when their physical bodies are separated by oceans, cities, or years. Synchronistic telepathy reveals itself not through spoken words, but through the undeniable repetition of mirrored experiences. One twin might decide to walk away from a toxic relationship, and on that very same day, the other does the same. One may look up at the clock and see 11:11, while the other receives a message that seems divinely timed, confirming a truth they both silently knew. They may dream the same dream, hear the same song, or be drawn to the same book without ever having discussed it. These are not accidents. These are sacred echoes, signs that the universe is weaving their lives together in perfect rhythm. In moments like these, it's as if time and space bend just enough to remind each twin that they are never truly alone. Even when the path seems uncertain, even when silence stretches between them, the synchronicities become a compass. They point to alignment. They whisper reassurance. They say, "Keep going, you are still on the path." It is not mere magic, it is spiritual mathematics, soul science, the language of alignment written into the fabric of their shared destiny. This form of telepathy goes beyond mental communication. It is the embodiment of telepathic energy through experience, life itself becoming the message. Every repeated number, every mirrored event, every "how is this possible?" moment serves as a divine checkpoint, reminding both souls that their journeys, though individual, are intricately linked. It confirms that their healing is mutual, their growth is parallel, and their connection is beyond physical comprehension. Synchronistic telepathy is both confirmation and compass. It's the gentle nudge that says, "They're feeling it too." It's the divine choreography that reminds both twins that the love they carry is not one-sided. It's universal, interconnected, and timed with sacred precision. And in those awe-filled moments of recognition, both souls remember, They are walking each other home, step by step, thought by thought, synchronicity by synchronicity. Sign 7. Dream telepathy, where souls meet beyond the veil. In the mystical journey of twin flames, there exists a realm untouched by distance, time, or spoken language, a place where the soul speaks freely and love flows without limitation. This realm is the dream world, and within it lies one of the most magical and sacred forms of communication, dream telepathy. When twin flames close their eyes to the physical world, their spirits awaken in the ethereal. In this space between worlds, they meet. Without effort or intention, their souls find one another, conversing without words, embracing without fear, and exploring emotions too tender or complex to be processed in waking life. These dream encounters are not merely products of the subconscious. They are divinely orchestrated reunions that offer profound healing and sacred insight. Many twin flames report sharing the same dream on the same night, or waking with vivid recollections of a conversation, a feeling, or a message that feels too real to dismiss. These dreams often mirror what the other is experiencing emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. In the quiet of night, they might revisit memories, express unspoken love, or receive divine guidance about their journey, guidance that often brings clarity to the chaos of waking life. Dream telepathy is especially potent during periods of separation. When communication falters in the 3D world, these dreams become sacred lifelines, offering reassurance, comfort, and direction. They remind each twin that their bond is not broken, only transformed. And in those dreamscapes, where fear cannot follow, their connection thrives in its purest form. What makes this form of telepathy so profound is its ability to bypass the ego and speak directly to the soul. There are no masks here, no misunderstandings, only truth, emotion, and the raw beauty of love unbound by physical reality. These dreams carry energetic codes of remembrance and reunion. They awaken the heart, soften the wounds, and ignite a deep knowing that no matter the outer circumstances, their connection is eternal. In essence, dream telepathy is the universe's gentle reminder that love transcends form. It is a sacred sanctuary where twin flames continue to evolve, connect, and prepare for what lies ahead. For in the dream world, separation ceases to exist, and two souls become one, free, fearless, and divinely aligned. In closing, let this truth echo in your heart. Twin flame telepathy is not just a gift, it is a sacred reminder that your soul has never been alone. It is the whisper in the stillness, the sudden rush of emotion, the dream that lingers when you wake. It is your soul's way of remembering what your mind has forgotten. This telepathic bond transcends logic and defies physical limitations, anchoring two souls across time, space, and lifetimes. It is the golden thread woven through every phase of your journey, guiding you, aligning you, and calling you home. So I ask you now, not just as a listener, but as a soul who is awakening, have you ever felt your twin's energy so clearly it made you stop in your tracks? Have you ever heard their silent call in the depth of your heart? If so, your story matters. It is not just yours, it is a piece of this collective awakening. Please share your experience below and type the phrase, "My soul remembers," to let the universe and our community know that you have felt the truth of this connection. If this video spoke to your heart, please give it a like, share it with someone who may be silently searching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more spiritual guidance and soul-led conversations. There is so much more unfolding in this divine journey, and your presence here is part of that sacred unfolding.